What is going on? All right. Welcome in Ram Showcase Live. I am Sheriff Joe Bags guiding you through tonight. I don't know exactly how long we're going to go. It is way later than I think I've ever done one of these, which it's not even that late right now. It's only, 8 o'clock where my body is, my time. That was a weird way to put that. 8 o'clock my time. So I don't know wherever you are at, what time it is for you. But of course, we're here, Ram Showcase Live, of course, and Rams not getting it done against the Dallas Cowboys. That was quite a rough time, actually, as kind of just got away from the Rams just really quick. Like even trying to explain it to like somebody who wasn't watching the game is like we looked so good defensively on that first drive and still gave up a touchdown. Like it just felt like the Rams were just doing a really good job there and then gave up a touchdown. And then I just don't think that this team at this age and like this part of their careers with the team that we have, I just don't think that this team is able to stop that bleeding fast enough and then kind of get it turned around. So it kind of just looked like the Rams like it was slipping away and they were just trying to stop the bleeding. And then eventually obviously it did, but it feels like a more mature team, a little bit like more experience with these guys. They're able to stop that momentum shift a little bit sooner, maybe. Because, I mean, let's be a little bit real here. Making that be in the end a 23-point game, I mean, it could have been worse. Like it should have been worse. It was worse. So there was a moment there where the Rams kind of stopped what was going on. And obviously, you're going to get to like a toned down game plan from your opponent once that happens and stuff. There's a lot of different moving pieces to it, obviously, but the Rams were able to kind of settle down a little bit and just kind of like get into their groove a little bit, and then. I mean, obviously, it didn't work out, but there was definitely a moment in that game where he's like, "All right, well, we're not gonna win this, so like, hopefully, something cool happens." And yeah, it just seemed to be a day that kind of got away from the Rams. But I mean, I think I'm supposed to be more disappointed than I am because yeah, that sucks. That was not a fun game. But this team is, I mean, capable of that. And we know that. Like, we know that this youth and like the situation that we're in this season, we knew this whole time it was a eat dead cap and develop your rookies season. And then we kind of started where, I mean, obviously we beat the crap out of the Seahawks week 1. And then you kind of have these games against like the 49ers, Eagles, the Bengals, where you're playing really well in those games, but you're still losing them. And so it kind of felt like it's like, oh man, are we actually better than we thought we were? And then this is one of those games where it's like, okay, yeah, this is kind of what we knew going into this season that we were going to have to maybe deal with. We knew we were going to have to deal with some mistakes on in the defense, especially with such a young defense. We knew we were going to have to deal with those mistakes that are just kind of like, you got to be absolutely kidding me, man. Like, what are we even doing out here? So there's obviously that part of it, and then you also, I don't know. That's my main point is that it seemed like this team is too young to stop that bleeding sooner and then be able to turn it around. So I would say overall, I am probably a lot less disappointed than your average Rams fan, but that's only because I kind of remind myself what this season was, which was, like I said, a year where we were going to eat dead cap and um, and develop some youth. And the youth is developing. That's the thing is like Byron Young's looking good. Michael Hoyt finally has a couple of weeks back to back where he's getting after the quarterback really well. Darian Kendrick had definitely like that touchdown he gave up felt like it should have been a pick for some reason. He just like didn't. Like he could have put his arms out and probably picked it off, right? But I mean, who knows? And who knows what he was seeing in the situation and all that stuff. I wasn't in his brain. I'm not seeing the play unfold through his face mask. I'm watching it on TV where we get the sickest angles in slow mo and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to be a little bit more like, hey, you should have made that play. Maybe he knows he should have made that play, but whatever. But that one, it felt like it should have been a pick. And then he's got a couple of good defensive plays here and there as well. So I mean, it's one of those players though that we know he's raw and we're letting him be raw, and that's fine. He's starting and he's going to get better by the time the season ends. But right now, yeah, he does have some of those here and there. He just has some of those mistakes that you're like, dude, we cannot do this. We cannot let this happen right now. So, yeah, but that's Not just him. That's even Matthew Stafford, our veteran. You know what I mean? So he's had plays multiple times this season where you're like, you cannot do that if you're gonna be like the guy. You can't have plays like that. So that's obviously unfortunate, and we like to see those mistakes kind of get a little lower. It seems like he's really forcing the football to cup right now. And yeah, now of course we have the news that we don't even know if he'll play day to day. And I'm just gonna guess that he's gonna play because he's Matthew Stafford, and I'm pretty sure. And it's like a different injury entirely, but I'm pretty sure he dealt with worse in Cincinnati earlier this year, and he's just one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league. Like I feel like if he is physically able to play, he should, and I'm hoping that he does. I know that there's definitely fans out there that are frustrated with Stafford, and I get it. I get it. You see those kind of plays, and you're just like, dude, you cannot. This kind of stuff cannot happen. You can't throw a pick six like that. Like that was such a bad play call, throw, all of it. It was just terrible. But you can't have stuff like that. But I mean, we also saw what Brett Rippon did when he came in and had to and took over for Stafford. He was missing throws that a beat up Stafford hits, and that's I think my main point on the quarterbacks this week is like, yeah, I want Matthew Stafford to play. He's the starting quarterback, and it's for a reason. I mean, he's not just like our starter by default. And I think a 60% Matthew Stafford is better than a 100% Brett Rippon. And maybe that 60% is a little low, but I mean, we saw Brett Rippon totally healthy, hasn't he's super fresh and missing plays that a hobbled Stafford in Cincinnati, is hitting. So there's all those moving pieces to it. By the way, this week on Ram Showcase, we will have a guest appearance as my buddy Jackson. He actually just left a little bit ago. We recorded, so we'll get that edited down. I believe I will have time to do that. I think I'm going to force myself to just sit there and put that bad boy together. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. And I'm just gonna have to cut stuff out because we obviously just went super long. He's been one of my best friends for so many years. We start talking about football and things that we both get excited about, and we get a little carried away. So it happens. So, but yeah, he'll be popping on Ram Showcase this week. It'll be I don't know, man. I might try to find a way to upload it so that you can get that maybe like a full version of that interview of our conversation, which ended up being we pushed 47 minutes, and most of that is just us like kind of messing around, but I can't obviously put that into an hour long podcast. I can't put a 47-minute conversation with my bud in an hour long podcast. So there's that part of it too. But and then I don't know if you saw the news on Wolford, by the way, John Wolford, Awu, the Wolf. He was contacted by the Rams and apparently like offered by the Rams, but then he declined. He said he would rather stay on the Bucks practice squad than come back to the Rams. And I think that this is a win-win for like how this ended up shaking out is a win-win. When I heard that the Rams were trying to sign John Wolford, I was disappointed by it. He's not that good. Like we've kind of held on to this idea that like maybe he's fiery enough, but he's just Austin Davis. Like I think that that's like such a good comp is Austin Davis. It's like they're the same exact guy, right? So I don't know. I was kind of disappointed to see that the Rams were potentially making that move, and then when we got the news that he said no and he declined moving back to LA, so it's not going to happen. I mean, I just kind of felt a little bit of relief because it was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness we do not need to see the Wolf Au throwing the rock on this football team this year. I mean, he wasn't very good. I mean, I like the dude. He's a good dude, and I like him as a backup, But if he's gonna need to play, that just makes me so nervous, man. Because he's just okay. Like he's just the most okay quarterback of all time is John Wolford. So no, I'm not sad to not see him go. And then I mean, this comment showed up before I even started here from Paul. Very disappointing loss. Absolutely, Paul. 100% agree there. And the Rams should sign Wentz. Absolutely not, Paul. I hard disagree on that. I think that would be a bad move, actually. I think that makes our football team worse, just generally speaking. Without like totally ripping Wentz, that does make I think that makes our football team worse. So I wouldn't be interested in getting Carson Wentz. He's not very good. He doesn't really care about ball that much. It's like he's one of the guys that, like, as you're watching it, as a fan, you're watching it and you're like, oh, I take this more serious than he does. And that's disappointing. And it's like so frustrating to watch. So yeah, Carson Wentz is definitely that kind of guy. I didn't want him originally, but that's, I mean, whatever. But every time he's become available, Rams fans are like kind of tossing his name. And it's like, no, there's a reason he's failed everywhere. Like, it's not like the Rams are the one that he's going to be like. It's not like the Excalibur sword of football teams for Carson Wentz. Like, he's just going to come here and also suck. So like, why would we do that? This game actually ended up being pretty close, by the way. This Raiders and Lions. We're in the third quarter, 2-point game. Not bad, dude. Not bad. I'll take it, especially after watching the absolute dousing of the LA Rams yesterday, where it felt pretty over, pretty quick. I don't know about y'all, but I always kind of feel. I try to get the feel of the game and like the momentum of it and stuff like that. Very much more of a storyline guy instead of like a stat guy. Like I would rather know what's going through the guy's mind on in secondary, that corner. What is he thinking about this week? What is his season been like? Where's his mind at? Where's he trying to get motivated at? Is he on fire right now? Stuff like that. And against your guy, because stats are one thing and all that stuff, but I think people get kind of lost in like the Madden mentality of like ratings of like, oh, he's like an 85 route runner against a 90 man coverage. And it's like, or there are human beings out there and it's going to be a different number every single play. Like, there's some plays where somebody's going to be on it and they're just going to nail it and be all over it. And there's going to be some plays where that wide receiver just feels that cut just a little bit better and hits it, and it's like, and wide open. But maybe 9 out of 10 times, 99 out of 100 times, you cover that. So I don't know. I like the human aspect of football and sports in general, not just like stats of like, oh, this guy puts up this, he's getting 800 yards, or like, I just don't care. Like, what about the person though? Is he good at football? Because I also feel like this whole like film study stuff could probably relax too. It's like, are they good at, you can tell if somebody's good at football. Watch them play football. If they're good at it, well, I've got good news, dude. That guy's a good football player. It's super simple, and it could be different every week. And that's where you get, again, with the mindset stuff. And I think the Rams are one of those teams that do a really good job of like throughout the draft process of getting with people to understand them as people, not just the player. Player, everybody knows. I mean, it's all on tape. But like Tutu Atwell, how he like kind of started his career, and it was like his attitude just didn't seem like it was there. And now that's totally swipped. I try to say switched and swapped. It's totally changed. It's going to go in different direction entirely. And dude, he's doing awesome, man. So like Tutu's been he's been super exciting, and I just like his mindset right now. Like the way he's kind of approaching everything right now is really cool. This one also came in beforehand. Cool Bro is not making it because he's carving pumpkins. That's way cooler than this ever could be, dude. So do that. I was kind of thinking about that when I saw that comment. It was like, oh man, like I haven't carved pumpkins in so long. Like, it's been years. But then it was like, also, I was like a 32-year-old single dude who lives alone. Like, I don't need to be carving pumpkins. Like, I'm not saying that's weird or anything, but like, it's a little weird. Like, like I'm gonna put out newspapers in my kitchen and carve some pumpkins and stuff like that with Carl, my cat. He's gonna join me. He'll probably scratch something up, but yeah, man, it's it was that's way cooler. Anyway, is what I'm trying to say. Is carving pumpkins is way cooler than doing this. And I wish I was carving pumpkins, and I realized that I could. I'm not. But also, I have to work like 14 hours tomorrow, so I also don't care about Halloween this year. Don't care this year. Edwin, what up, dude? Hope you're doing good, man. I forgot to do this. If anybody would like to join in, there's the join link in the comments. Let's pop it up now. Paper time. What's up? And David, what route do we take at QB next year as well? Well, this year I'm just hoping that Matthew Stafford's healthy. Going into this week and the rest of the weeks, we saw like he was still moving the football with a busted up thumb, and Brett Rippon was fully healthy, fully prepared, and missing wide open guys. So I think the choice is so simple of like who do I want a quarterback? Stafford all the time. Like, and why do we forget that other people are worse than Stafford every time Stafford just makes a mistake? All right, the dude's human. Let's let him be human a little bit. He's gonna be okay. He's fine. He's still one of two Super Bowl champion Rams quarterbacks in our history. So, I mean, whatever, man. If he gets a pick six here and there, nobody's perfect, dude. So it's going to be fine. All right. Guest coming in. And probably, I think this is the guest we've had the most. And also the most awesome of the guests. Let's bring him in. It is Edwin. What up, dude?
How's it going, man?
Doing incredible, man. It's a beautiful day. My eyes open, so I'm doing great.
Hell yeah, dude. It's super it's getting cold in Oregon. I don't know how many people live in Oregon right now, but it is getting chilly.
Yeah, we're at 28 right now in Colorado.
Dude, I'm at 30 right now. So I'm wearing my Rams beanie. Finally pulling this bad boy out.
Hell yeah, beanies. Dude, how you feeling, man? How you feeling about this team right now after that loss to the Cowboys?
Dude, at the time, as it was happening, because when it first started, I was like, sack, yes, let's go. I was so excited, dude. I was so happy. Like, Donald was getting in it. Michael Hoyt got in it, dude. Like, I was so freaking ecstatic. And then we got these freaking penalties. And I'm like, ooh, okay, all right. And then all of a sudden, like, literally, everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just,
because you're right. It's like Hoyt opens the game with a sack, and it was like, "Yo, is this a new Michael Hoyt?" And then he gets lit up for a blocked punt, and it's like, "All right,
right, yeah, all right, we got brought back down to earth."
It's like he can make sick plays, but he's also gonna blow at least two. Like,
oh my god, dude, it was just so but you know what? Overall, how I feel about our team, dude, like. Can anybody tell me that they expected us to go to the Super Bowl this year? Like, I mean, I would love for that. I hope for that every single year, but I'm also realistic. We lost a lot of key pieces in key positions. We are setting up for next year, not this year, and I understand that. So for me, yeah, I'm totally disappointed we lost. I'm always going into every game hoping we win, but overall, I'm very hopeful. I'm very optimistic about our future. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I know some Rams fans are just like, blow everything up, get rid of everybody, we need to start over, blah blah. I'm just like, you know what, win or lose, I'm gonna be a Rams fan till the day I drop. So I'm here for it all.
Dude, absolutely, man. I mean, obviously, I'm 100% with you. I kind of echo those same sentiments all the time. Of like, yeah, winning's a lot more fun, but losing's not going to make me look for a new football team to root for. So whatever, like, it sucks, but like, I mean, I'm still going to be here. So whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think that I talked about it earlier on here is like that we knew going into the season, it was a eat dead cap and develop youth season. And then we were just playing really good football. So then we were kind of like, wait a second, we might be actually good. But then we've seen this team not be able to close out, like can't close out against Cincy, can't close out against Philly, can't close out against San Fran, can't close out against like tried to claw back, but couldn't do it against Dallas. Obviously, Pittsburgh couldn't close it out. So it's like that's all the stuff that like we kind of expected, because it's not like we're playing poorly. Like, this team is good at football, but it just seems like those untimely mistakes and just not being able to close it out when it matters. And obviously, like, there's sometimes where, a quarterback loses yards on a QB sneak and gets a first down somehow. But like, that stuff aside, that like, I mean, this team is playing good football, and I'm still like feeling pretty good, like entering next season. Like, we got dollar bills to spend this offseason with positions that we can fill them with. Like, like we can use that money to fill in for edge rushers in the exact pieces that we're missing. But we're learning right now what exactly are we missing? Where do we need to hit it this offseason? And I think we're in a good spot, man.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, dude. Like, for me though, it's like we're getting to the point of the season where it's like, okay, if Matthew Stafford is not good to go for this next week against the Packers, and we sit him down, right, and we give him those 2 weeks to rest, right, and we go into the next, after our bye, we go into the next game. Do we want to keep playing him? And what if he gets injured even more? And that's what I'm thinking about. Like, okay, I'm thinking about the future. If we want to keep playing him, we risk the chance of him getting even more hurt or, just getting beat up even more. He's an older quarterback. Like, I think he's second in the league. I think second to Aaron Rodgers as active player that, you know, his age. So for me, it's like I would be okay. And I know this might not be like a popular, thing to say, but I would be okay with him sitting if he's not 100% good to go. You know what I mean? To make
I
sure
mean,
he's okay for next year.
I just and the only reason that I disagree is because I think that he is an older quarterback, so it's like it's at this point it's like when you have a car that's at like 275,000 miles, you're not just like taking super super good care. You're like it's at the end anyway, dude. Let's get it there. Like let's you know what I mean? So
Run until the wheels fall off.
and I'm not saying let's just slam Matthew Stafford into the ground, but I am kind of saying like I mean he's maybe the toughest player in the NFL, and if he can get out
I
there
agree.
and play, then I think we should play him. And I think I said it earlier that like I think a 60%. What's up, Kitty?
It's Luna.
I think a 60% Stafford is better than a 100% Rip, and I think it gives us no matter what Stafford gives us the best shot.
No, I agree. I think for me, it's like if he feels 100%, if he feels great, I'm all for it. Please go in there, kick some freaking butt cheeks, bro. But like, I guess I'm thinking about him as a father, as a husband. Like, I guess I just want to make sure like he's cool. I know he's tough, and I
It's
know if he
also
can, he's gonna
his
be out
son,
there.
Edwin.
I know, I know.
He's gonna be all right, dude.
Yeah, and I know he's gonna be okay. Like for me, it's just like our O line, dude. Like I hope our O line, like
Yeah.
Kevin Dotson got lit up this game. Steve Avila got lit up this game. Like, and I feel like it wasn't even part like because of them. It was just part of because we got one dimensional, and they
Yeah.
knew like, oh, they're desperate. They're gonna freaking just pass, pass, pass,
Yeah.
pass, pass. We can just like rush,
Sean
rush,
McVay
rush.
doesn't run the football when down, and they were up by 30 on us. Of course, we were going to throw it every play. Like, there's no question. Like, we all knew it. It's like, oh yeah, like Stafford's going to throw the ball 90 times today. Like, all right.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just like, all right, well, this is what's gonna happen. So, but like I said, I'm still super optimistic. I'm still really excited to see what we do. I I don't know, man. Sean McVay sometimes I honestly feel, and I don't know, man. Like I don't know how you feel about this, but sometimes I feel like maybe he should give up play calling. I don't know how you feel about that.
I mean, no. Like,
Maybe for a game, just one game, just to see what LaFleur does.
I mean, LaFleur's is an interesting option to have there, and that does kind of like that helps as far as like my brain goes. But like, I don't know. I think that like the way that like Matthew Stafford will make a mistake and then everybody's like, this guy sucks. We got to get rid of this guy. And it's like they forgot what it took to get to Matthew Stafford. And like Goff was good quarterback, but like it just didn't work out for us or whatever. And then like the string of like Sean Hill and Austin Davis and stuff like that. Like it's like, do we really just we want to kick off that era again of trying to fill this void? We already figured it out with kickers again. Now we want to do it at quarterback. Like so and I think the same things with the head coach. And I think that he has like a couple of bad games or a couple of bad game plans and he's not nailing those play calls, then I think we go back to that like, well, maybe we've got to get rid of him. It's like, well, for who though? Because this is the best coach this team's probably ever had. So are we going to upgrade immediately? Probably not. Well, like our next probably 5, 6, 7 coaches are going to be worse than Sean McVay. So I just want to keep him as long as possible, keep him doing his thing as long as possible because I feel like I know what's on the other side of that. It's like it's exactly how like you move on from a Greg Zuerlein and you go through a mess at kicker. Then you finally get Matt Gay. Then after that, you bring in like barely Brett and stuff like that. And just like that, it's that same thing in that same mindset, but it's in that head coaching spot. And I almost feel like people are getting too tunnel visioned in on like, oh, we're just losing football games right now, because he is still the best coach this team's ever had.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I totally agree, and I'm not by any means saying like we need to get rid of McVay. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you know, because I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like he gets into his own head. Like
yeah. You're
he
absolutely right.
he overthinks a lot of things, and I'm like, bro, do the things that made you successful to begin with. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I've said
Like,
that goes back to my
stop.
line of Sean McVay is such a good coach, he can outcoach himself sometimes.
But you know what I think it is too? He has a new baby, and so he's having a hard time
Dude,
falling asleep.
I
You
bet
know?
he didn't sleep a lot this week. Like, and as much as we wanted that to be like, he can't lose as he's got like a brand new baby, like it's gonna give him like all this motivation or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but
No,
also
dude,
like
fatigue
I've,
is real.
I've seen some of my best friends go through having a brand new baby, and yeah, it totally checks out that he might be a little foggy. All right, like a
Oh
couple
yeah.
days after, man. Yeah, it totally checks out.
Yeah, exactly. But that was like the coolest. Like I don't know about you, dude, but like I saw the like when the Rams, like I have the Rams notifications like turned on, and
Mhm.
it's like Rams um transaction, right? And I'm like I click on it immediately. I'm like, ooh, who do we get? Who do we
Yeah.
get? And it's like Rams
Well, it's like
transaction.
I had like a
And
half a second of being annoyed by it, and then because I wanted us to sign somebody. Yeah, that's cool though. That was really cool. I like that. I like the way they did it. It was really fun. So yeah.
it was, and I
Yeah,
love it. And
this now that they've got like one more week, and I realize that that's like not a lot of time in like having a child, but it's like you get a little bit more sleep now, maybe, like it's about to be a bye week. So it's like, hey, let's go get one more, and then we got a week at home, like let's just get through this one right now. So I'm
yep,
hoping that he's
and I
able to.
mean, hey, and also the Niners lost, and the Cardinals lost too, right?
Cardinals always lose. I didn't even check.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
the
even.
only team that won is
I
the
don't even feel like I
Seahawks,
need
so
to check.
and we beat the Seahawks, so as long as the Niners lose, dude, I sleep like a baby.
Dude, Niners aren't that good, man. I called that out the second they lost 3 weeks ago. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, this team's definitely beatable, man. Like, and now everybody's been doing it. Everybody's been doing the same thing. Punch them in the mouth and don't let them do it like that. Because that's how they want to win football games. They want to punch you in the mouth and just like exhaust you and frustrate you. If you do it to them first, it's even. You're on even level.
Now, if only the Rams learn how to do that.
Yeah, and we did in the NFC Championship game, and I'm mad that we don't do it in the regular season.
Right? Yeah,
Like, dude, we have it. We
exactly.
know what to do. Like, do the thing.
Yeah, do the same thing. Do the same thing every time.
Gosh, man. Yeah, it's annoying. But I'm trying to catch it. I'm trying to watch this game too.
It's the Raiders and Lions. Are the Lions winning?
Yeah, I believe it's by 2 still. I'm trying to, yeah. Nope, by it's 23-14 right now. So it's a 9-point game.
Dude, did you watch that play with Marcus Peters intercepting Jared Goff? Pick six?
No. I just turned it on not long ago, actually.
Yeah, dude, I like laughed my ass so hard because Marcus Peters, Jared Goff were all on the same
Oh,
team.
he's literally walking off the field right now.
Oh, okay. Well, now I feel bad.
Yeah, you're like actively trashing him as he's hurt.
No. I'm not trashing, dude. I
Okay.
love Marcus Peters. Like straight up, dude. Like the moment I don't know if you remember when the Rams played against the Oakland Raiders
Yeah, week
at that
one.
baseball field. Yeah.
Week one. Yeah, I remember.
Marcus Peters
Yeah.
had an interception,
Oh yeah.
and then he did like the Marshawn Lynch where he grabbed and he's
Dude,
like
that was my computer screen background for like a year and a half. That photo.
yeah, dude. I love Marcus Peters, dude. Marcus Peters and Akeem Talib were like my favorite
That
cornerbacks,
was such a
like for a
sick
while.
combo, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you,
I
that was
love it.
awesome. And Marcus Peters was like the biggest trash talker. And then when we got Jalen Ramsey, when we traded him to Baltimore, he got a pick against Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! And then
He
like
always
after
does
the
that, though.
game, like they were talking to each other, they were talking crap. Like, oh man.
He always does that though. He picked off Mahomes in that Color Rush game that was supposed to be in Mexico. That Monday night game.
Yeah, dude. When I feel down, I legit just watch that game. Like
Dude,
I will
it's
go
so
back.
good. Actually, mine is the NFC Championship game against the Niners. It's on YouTube.
That's
You can
okay.
watch
Not the
me watch
Niners.
it there.
Mine's the NFC Championship against the Saints.
Nice. That's
I'll
a good
watch
one too.
that
That's a good one, man.
with Greg Zerline, dude.
Dude,
Like I'm still waiting for you to like try to let go of that Greg Zerline jersey.
dude, that thing is so nice. I told you, it's you in my will, man.
Mm.
Now you just have incentive to kill me.
I know, dude. I'm like, okay, Colorado, Boulder, right?
I'm super far from Boulder, dude.
It was like the first thing that came up to my head. Colorado. Wait, Denver, Boulder.
That's a good 2 hours away from me. I'm in Colorado Springs, actually. Well, Fountain.
Colorado Springs. That's it. Yeah.
I'm Fountain specifically. More specifically, it's just like a little suburb of Colorado Springs.
Dude, your guys' like NHL and basketball is doing pretty well too.
Yeah, I don't really get into the NBA.
I know.
Yeah, I've been saying how boring it is at the end of the game. It's like, oh, let's take the most exciting time of the game and turn it into just free throws. That sounds awesome.
You have no idea. Like Sunday, dude.
So
I was watching the Rams game because the game over here was at 10 a.m. Right? So I was watching it. The game gets over. I'm super depressed, bro. Like, and I'm just like, fuck. So I go on my phone. I'm like, when do the Lakers? Because I'm a huge Lakers fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, when do my Lakers play? And they played the same day. They played at 6 p.m. over here. I'm like, okay. So I watch them play, and we lose in overtime, dude. And I'm just like, oh my god, just double whammy right there.
Aren't LA sports having like a rough time right now in general?
Yeah, dude. It's bad, but you know what? I'm here for it. I'm always gonna be here for it.
Yeah. You're right though. The Nuggets are playing well. The Avs started the season real strong, which was super cool. A lot of the college football hub wanted to go to CU, but it's actually Air Force. They're the ones that are actually dominant, which is awesome because they're more my home team. Air Force is in Colorado Springs, so that's
there you go.
That's like my actual home team, which is cool. It's cool to see them doing well, man. I don't think I've ever seen them be this good, so that's been fun, man. But CU was supposed to get all the hype, and
well, I mean, it is. No, I know. I get that, but it's like I feel like everybody puts so much hype into this, the beginning of the season when they beat TCU, and they were like, oh my god, look at Colorado, blah blah. And now you hear nothing. You hear nothing from anybody. It's like, keep that same energy.
they got full of themselves quick, man, because they had it, man. That's a good squad. They're a good football team.
Yeah, dude. Dude, Travis Hunter with Sanders, dude. Like that's potent, bro.
That's a good squad, man. They're a good football team, but I think their heads get big after wins, man. And it's like CU coming off a win.
Especially after getting paid in college, dude. Of course, your head's gonna inflate.
Dude, CU coming off a win, always pick the opponent. Money line, dude. Like
yeah, right.
Even like, just do it, dude. Like if every time they win, they're gonna come in so soft the next week. That's just their mindset, dude. Like they come in like they're hot stuff after wins, and then they get smoked, man. Like,
oh my god, dude. That's how I feel about my USC team, dude. We've lost. Yeah. We lost to Utah, and we lost to what was the other? Yeah, dude. But still, it's like. I honestly thought we were gonna go to the national championship. Now, like, I highly doubt it. But Caleb Williams, bro, like, I feel honestly like I've been on that bandwagon, dude. Like Rams, if we freaking just do horrible and we somehow get the top pick, I will be so happy if we get Caleb Williams, bro. I will be
I'll be actively upset.
I
don't.
Why, dude? Caleb Williams has so much talent, bro.
Yeah,
he can make things happen.
He's got a trash attitude. I don't want him.
Oh my god, dude! You said that about Tutu, remember?
Yeah, and now look at it. Look at how he turned it around, man. He did.
That's what I'm saying.
Attitude. We'll go back.
He did, but look at it now. But look at him now. No, I was there. So I saw it. I saw it myself, and I agreed with you. I'm just telling you, like they're kids. They're kids, bro. We're 30 plus years old, man. We're 30 plus years old.
You're not supposed to put it into perspective like that, dude.
I'm just saying, dude. You and I are like the same age. I'm 31.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I'm 32.
Okay. See,
So,
I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm over here. I'm over here drinking Mike's Hard. You're over here drinking water. What the hell?
Well, I mean, this is off screen.
Oh. Okay.
That's just
I got you.
if I need it,
Right.
But yeah, I am drinking water.
Yeah.
Water is good. And now I have
dude.
2 jobs, dude. So now I'm just trying to stay like not a piece of crap as a human because now I'm doing crazy hours plus the podcast. So
I honestly don't know how you do it, bro. Like for me, like I go to work. I come into work because I'm a manager, so I come into work at like 6:30 a.m. and I leave like around 3:30, no later than 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell my guys, they're like, can I get the early shift? I'm like, no. I worked my way up to management, so I don't have to be here this late. Okay.
Yeah.
So you stay. I leave.
Yeah. I work.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I got both of them tomorrow, and it's Halloween, so it'll be a busy one. But I'll be 9 to 2 at one, and then 3 to 11 at the other. So.
Well, God bless you, sir.
Okay, but hey, man, these bills don't pay themselves, man.
Right? I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
I live alone in Colorado. It's hard, dude. Like,
well, okay. How much is it for like a 2-bedroom apartment over there?
I live in the straight up like outskirts of town in the hood, and mine's over 1,000.
Dude, right here, Southern Oregon, a 2-bedroom apartment's like 2,100.
Yeah, I mean that's standard in the city, but like I'm way out here. Like I'm in the middle of nowhere, basically.
No, same, bro, same. We have like a population of 10,000.
Oh, okay, yeah, my front door is a sliding glass door. If that goes.
All right, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
So that's why.
I still got a door, bro.
Dude, I'm so pumped to get a door someday, dude. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's whatever, but yeah, it's like I can't get into the city because it's just too much. Like,
dude, honestly, dude, if I could afford it, bro, I would live in the greater Los Angeles area just to be able to like be season ticket holder.
Dude, I want to live next to SoFi.
That is, dude, right? Same. I would just be able to walk there. I wouldn't have to drive.
Yeah, and stumble home. That's the goal.
Yes, sir.
You walk.
That's what I'm saying.
And stumble back. It's perfect, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. If either of us get to do that, the other person gets to hang out at their place. All right.
Done. Yeah, dude.
Deal.
It was a pretty sketchy area, but it was also fine. Like,
dude, see, like, and I grew up in Los Angeles, bro. Like, so for me, it's like when people are like, "Oh, dude, that's so ghetto," I'm like, you don't understand what the fuck ghetto is. Like, you honestly don't know what ghetto is, bro.
Dude, I mean,
like,
I'm in Colorado where there really is no like straight up projects or anything like that. Like it doesn't get that bad out here. There's no specific spot in my city that gets like straight up dangerous. You know what I mean? But like at no point when I was out there did I feel like I was in actual danger. Like,
right. Yeah. People.
As I was driving down Crenshaw and it was like, I am driving down streets that people rap about. It's like, what is my life right now? It's like, what am I doing?
Yeah, dude. Exactly, bro. But I'm telling you, like, I don't know. For me, like, I grew up in Los Angeles, like, born and raised there, dude. Like, and for me, it was just like, it's part of me. You don't want to live in Inglewood? Inglewood, always up to no good.
I just want to live in SoFi, dude. Where home is where the Rams are, bro.
Oh, for sure, dude. Like, and for me, like, I love it, and I hate to see like all the freaking Niner fans out there, dude. Like, but I understand that we left, and those little kids needed a team to root for, and they gravitated towards the Niners. Now we're getting to the point, and that's why it makes me really happy when I see who's the little kid that goes onto your show? What's his name again?
Oh, bro.
Yes, him. He is such a fanatic, dude. He's a bigger fan than we are.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I mean? Like, and I love it. I love to see that, and that just gives me hope for the future because like in 10, 15, 20 years, that SoFi Stadium will be all royal blue and soul, dude.
Well,
I promise you.
and you're right about like the 49ers specifically too, because like when the Rams left, I know people who felt so burned by that they picked the 49ers so that they would be the Rams rival. Like that's straight up.
Yeah.
Like people made
Yeah.
that decision because they were like, you know what? Not only am I not a Rams fan anymore, but I'm anti them. And so much so that I am now on their opponent's side. Like that's how mad some people were with the Rams leaving. So yeah, of course, that stuff happens though, man. And I'm not going to say again that anybody's right or wrong in how they do their fandom. I think that that's absurd. I don't know. Like Sean McVay could slap my grandma, and I'm still going to put on this jersey tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Right? Yeah, dude. No, I feel the same way, dude. Like
that was
for
rude.
me, like
hopefully you have a good game plan against Green Bay.
yeah, dude. Like okay, if you can guarantee me you're gonna win the game next week, you can slap my grandma.
You do it again. If he does it and then they win, you come back, dude, every time, man.
Yup.
That's what it takes. Grandma's got to take one for the team, dude.
Dude, how are you liking our defense right now?
It's very up and down, man. Like it's so weird that we started the season with our secondary looking so sick and we couldn't get a pass rush. And now the pass rush is getting home and the secondary seems to be completely missing, man. Like how are so many
Darion effing Kendrick.
Dude, he's
Darion Kendrick.
He gets like this game was he had like one or two good plays and then the rest you're like, bro, what are you doing? Like
I'm like, dude, like, can you please make a tackle? Can you not like let this guy 5 yards from you? Like, can you like stick to your man? Like,
it's like on third.
What are you doing right now?
Third down, guy stops at the sticks and he's still way back, just like standing there watching.
Yeah, just waiting. Like, what are you waiting for? He has the ball. Go get him.
Oh my gosh, I was getting so frustrated, man. But it is weird that like we started the season, secondary was locked down, and we just couldn't get a pass rush. And now it's completely flipped, man. Now we're getting in people's faces, but they're throwing to wide open dudes. It's like when Dak got out of that one play where he went to the right, and then I think it was Fuller and Jones came in for him. And it's like now Akello's back there trying to guard three dudes. Like what? Like we can't do that, man. Like it's like
and I kept saying, dude, it made me so frustrated when I saw Akello. Like Akello's like getting visually frustrated. He's like trying to point at dudes like, okay, you stay over there. You get this guy. I'm over here. You know what I mean? And I'm like, Akello, you shouldn't have to be doing all this. Yeah, like, exactly. What are we doing? Like, it's just so frustrating, bro. Like,
problematic. Johnny says he used to live in South Central, then Watts, which he says is the worst area. Those Watts Rams jerseys are sick, though, dude. I was watching their last game. I was like, yo, what up, Watts Rams? And then Torrance.
Oh, then he moved to Texas. Dude, Johnny G.
That's what they do.
You got this, bro.
That's what California people do, dude. They moved to Texas and Colorado.
And Oregon, apparently.
Yeah. I said a former coworker of mine, very elderly guy, was a huge Rams fan during the Vince Ferragamo, but after the Rams went to Missouri, he decided to become a Niners fan. Exactly, man.
Ooh.
I know one is like, and we watch the games. He's one of my dad's buddies. His name's Mike. He lives out here, and he's like he grew up in California, and he was a Rams fan. He grew up a Rams fan, but the second they were gone, he went Niners because he wanted a local team. Like he was just like, and for him, that's what it was. He's like, I wanted a team that was close to me that I could root for. He's like, the Rams left, so it was like, oh, okay, see ya. Like, I still live here though, you know. And it's just like me and you, we have like different mindset in that, obviously, of just like we would just.
No, I mean, I wouldn't care. Like honestly, dude, if the Rams announced today that they were going to freaking Montana and be the Montana Rams, I'm still gonna follow the Montana Rams.
Dude, we should use that like during the whole relocation stuff, and it was like, let's go Moon Rams. I don't care. Like I just as long as they still exist, dude, I'm gonna be here rooting for them and hoping they do well. Speaking of Will, by the way, this is one of my coworkers, and I'm not working right now. Obviously, well, yo, he brought me pizza, and I can't even have it because I'm not there right now, dude. This is the saddest thing, man. Thank you, Will. Hopefully it's still there tomorrow. Probably not because I'm working so late. So I'll be there all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be so much fun. Tomorrow's gonna be sick, dude. We have a big old giveaway going down tomorrow. That's just chaos, and it's really fun.
Hell
This
yeah.
guy
Oh yeah.
says, "Oh, we're not gonna, dude. We're not. I'm not entertaining
We
this.
said we're trading AD for what?
Nothing. Daniels, no. I don't buy that for 1 second.
I'm like, dude, AD is gonna retire a Ram. What is that even talking about right now?
I mean, if I do this real fast, yeah, my phone would have been absolutely on fire if that news were coming through. Obviously, it's not. Not deal with that. But no, we're not going to start those rumors either. We're not trading Aaron Donald. If we did, I'll be absolutely stunned. You don't have a bad season and then also get rid of one of the best players your team's ever had. Like you don't do that to your fans. You just
Dude,
don't. Like you can't do that to us. Like you can't like let us lose a bunch of games and then also be like, oh, and by the way, that whole era's over. Like it's like
okay, I don't know. I don't know how your feed is like on my Facebook, dude. Like if I talk about something, like my news feed on my Facebook will like go to whatever the hell I was talking about. So this
yeah,
whole freaking week I was talking about the Cowboys, right? Because we were playing them. And literally like there was like a group of Cowboys that came up on my news feed and we're talking about like AD for second and third round pick. And I'm like, I just started laughing. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna click on it. I clicked on it, and it's all these Cowboy fans comments saying like how they would feel if they got AD. A lot of them were like, oh yeah, that would be awesome. Pair him with Micah Parson, blah blah. And I just like, okay, you guys are delusional. You guys are high like as you always are every year. AD is not going to come to the freaking Cowboys. And even someone even said like a Cowboys fan's like, "Oh yeah, well Aaron Donald is from Dallas, so of course he's going to want to play with us." And I'm like, "You are smoking something that I've never thought someone would smoke, but he is from Pittsburgh. He would never come to Dallas." And I got myself banned from that group
yeah.
and I'm just like
Well, there was
whatever, dude.
one too. It was a Pittsburgh website that posted and it was like Aaron Donald addresses finishing his career in Pittsburgh. And it was just the comment when somebody asked him, "Do you see yourself finishing your career in Pittsburgh?" He goes, "Nah." Like,
Yeah,
like,
I saw the
that's all
same
it
thing.
was.
He's like,
He made a
no.
whole news
He's
story
like,
in a clickbait headline, and it was like, dude, that's so rude. Daniel and he's still in the comments trying to get this story rolling. We're not going to entertain that one, Daniel. Um, yeah, I'm sure people are interested in Aaron Donald. He's one of the best players to ever touch a football field, but
but
yeah,
he's the Rams. He's
yeah.
gonna be a Ram, and he's gonna retire a Ram.
I think he
So
wants to,
go
man.
away.
I'm sure he's frustrated with losing, but he knows that going to
Yeah, but you know what? Like
not
he came
guaranteed
into the
anywhere.
team. He came into the team with Jared Fisher, dude. Like he,
Yeah.
he
Also,
understands. Like
winning's not guaranteed anywhere. So losing doesn't help you really if that's your goal. Like we've seen so many people bounce around just to ring chase and it doesn't work. I love that by the way and think it's hilarious every time when somebody legit is ring chasing and signs with like a sick team and then they lose. I love that. It brings like a smile to my cold dead heart every
Randy Moss.
Dude, there's just something about it today. It just brings me so much joy. And I mean, maybe that says a lot about me in a negative way, but like,
Yeah, Joe, you are a cold-hearted mofo.
yeah. But it's like if you're gonna try to take the easy, cheap way to do it, and like you should fail. Like
And you get burned. Yeah, dude.
that's what's supposed to happen. Like, and
Yeah.
I don't blame guys like Von Miller because he already had a ring before, and
Yeah.
like stuff like that. OBJ, it was a perfect situation for him to show up in, and we lost Robert Woods that same week, so it kind of just worked out so nicely. You know what I mean? And then the only one that I would say 1,000% was ring chasing with us is Eric Weddle, without a doubt. He was just like hopping.
But he was with us for a year, dude. Like.
Yeah, of course. But for that season though, that was 1,000% just to, like
The only thing I did not like about Eric Weddle was when we had that matchup against the Baltimore Ravens, and they asked him like, "Oh, are you gonna share some stuff you learned about in your time in Baltimore?" He's like, "No, I'm not gonna share anything with the Rams about what I saw." I'm like, "What the
But
hell?"
his reasoning made total sense. He's like, I have nothing to give them. He's like, they know everything. Like they have the tape. They've got their playbook. Like he's like, what am I gonna say that's gonna help them? It's like they know everything already. That was his whole point.
Low key though, dude, I'm actually really happy that he was able to get a ring.
Same.
I'm happy Eric Weddle got a ring.
I love
Dude, same. I saw a lot of his post interviews. Like and he's just trashing his freaking who's that guy? Was it Tom Telesco?
Yeah, Tom Telesco
Yeah,
sucked. But dude,
yeah, dude.
I've liked Weddle. My dad's a Chargers fan, so I've watched a lot of Chargers players and Chargers games and stuff like that. But like Eric Weddle was one of those guys that always, man, I was always such a big fan of him. Even with
The
his
beard.
even as a Charger, it was like, man, this guy's just awesome. And I remember hearing like that story of where he knew it was his final game as a Chargers player, and after the game, he went and just sat at midfield and was there for like I think they said like a couple hours that he just sat there in the middle of the field and just like, I'll go when I'm ready. Like, and just sat there and like lights are shutting off and stuff like that. And he just,
Was that still in San Diego?
Yeah. That was at Qualcomm. Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of
That's
stuff is
what's
cool,
up.
man. Cause like you just know too that like, it's like speaking to somebody like you, like, you know what I mean? Like me or you, it's like where we take this stuff so serious, and it's not in like a negative way where it's like, we like let it hurt our lives or anything like that. But like we genuinely love this stuff and we get it so into it. And
No,
so
yeah, dude.
to
Like
see a
people don't
player,
understand like how much we
yeah,
care
yeah,
about this.
it's
Like,
just a
and so
beautiful
when I
thing.
talk to someone about it and they're like, "Why do you care so much?" I'm like, "Because I invest not only my time but my heart into this, dude. Like, you
Dude,
don't get it, and
I've told people
I
before,
don't expect for you to understand. Like, but this is me. This is who. It's a part of
yeah,
me, and I care
dude,
about this.
it's like when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, like both times. It's like I'm getting text messages from people I hadn't heard from in like 15 years, just because they know how much the Rams like are a part of my life, and like here, just the Rams going to the Super Bowl made them think of me, and it's like that's so
Yeah,
sick. But I've told people before, it's like, you know what? I'm a little bit sad for you that you don't have anything that you love this much. It's like, because this is so much fun, dude. Like, go out and like things, man. It's fun. It's fun to get excited about things. Go find something to get excited about. I found mine, and luckily I found mine when I was pretty young, and I've been able to hang out with the Rams this entire time ever since, the St. Louis days for sure, early 2000s, like of really paying attention and following it. And so, yeah, I tell people all the time, it's like, dude, I'm sad for you, man. Go like something, because this like
dude,
this stuff is
I
cool, man.
agree. Like, because I've met a few Rams fans out here in Oregon. There's not that many, but the few that I've met, like, it's amazing to like already have something in common that you love so much that you can automatically have a conversation with a complete stranger. Like,
Yeah,
you don't know this
exactly,
person,
dude.
and
Yeah,
you can just start a conversation. You can start talking. And you're like, oh yeah, dude, did you see this play? Oh my god, dude, how do you feel about And it's just amazing that way. Like, I feel like there's so many things in the world that divide us as people, but like sports and teams and just fandom just brings all of us together,
dude,
and that I
especially
think that's like the most beautiful part of the game, dude. Like,
yeah,
I
it's
honestly
great.
feel like, we come from different backgrounds, ethnicities, blah blah blah, but like at the end of the day, we all love this team and we all want this team to succeed, and that's just something we can come together and just enjoy as a fan base, as a family, like, and it's just like, I wish we had other things we could do that, like we had more to that.
Dude, absolutely, man. I kind of have like the example of my squad that I watch games with out here, and how it's come together. Because I've been going to the bar that I watch football at since 2010. So I just remember Bradford's rookie year was the first year I started watching there, and it was just me for years. And then like slowly, like I became like an admin of a Rams page, and I posted that I was going to a Rams Broncos preseason game and met my buddy Aaron, who just like happened to follow that page, and he was like, oh shit, I'm gonna be there too. Like, so we met up. Now we watch every single Sunday together, and like my buddy Tim, I was at a liquor store and I see some dude wearing a Rams hat, and I was like, hey, go Rams. And he was like, yeah, go Rams. And then he was like, wait, where do you watch games at? I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, and so then now he's been coming down, and like that's kind of how like the entire group has come together. Alan has joined in, and like, Aaron's got his wife Misty that comes and hangs out. So like it's just so much fun, dude. It's like, and we're all so different, like from age range to like what we do for a living, where we've come from, stuff like that. But like and I don't really talk to anybody much. I talk to Aaron, but like I don't talk to anybody much outside of watching the Rams games. But on Sundays, we got the squad together, and we're here to watch the Rams. So it's just fun, man. I love that stuff. And yeah, you're right. Because like no matter how you found it, you did, and that's the best part. But it's fun. I just
Yeah.
hate, dude, when somebody tries to trash me for liking the Rams so much. It's like, dude, that's sad, bro. Like, it's like, cause I ain't upset about this at all, man. I'm like, I'm in it, man. Like,
Oh yeah. No, I get that, dude. But like, I'm like I said, like from the beginning, like I love this team and I love where we're heading. Like I know there's better things to come, and we have to just stick with our teams. Like no matter what, dude. Like I'm just so like even if we go with like the worst record, in the league, which I'm pretty sure we're not going to do, but even if we do, like this team showed a lot of heart. This team has shown that we have a lot of fight,
I like
and I'm
this
just
season, man. I'm having fun.
yeah, dude, same because it's like all these rookies that nobody knew. Like no, at the beginning of the season, everybody kept saying like the Rams are going to do anything, the Rams are trash, blah blah blah. Puka Nakua, Byron Young, Steve Avila. Like, look at all these players that like are showing out, dude. Like,
Akello
dude,
shows up and is just incredible.
Keller Witherspoon, dude. Like, yeah, I'm like, just like, look what we can do, bro. Like, we're okay. We're gonna be okay. Yes, it would be even funner if we were winning games, but just have patience. I know we're in a generation where just like we want instant gratification. We want to win right now. But we literally just won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. There's people out there that didn't experience that. Like what? Like 2001? Like
Yeah, straight up.
you know what I mean?
There's literally like Cool Bro, who's just popping in right now. Like, it's like he wasn't around for that first run. Like, it's like I was young and I didn't really understand what it all meant.
Same, yeah. I didn't understand either. I'm like, oh, okay, Super Bowl. We're gonna go back next year, right?
I will say, like the Rams winning the Super Bowl, like I don't know if people really know how much that meant to me. Like, just like it was like, yo, I saw one as an adult. Like, it's like I'm not just like I'm watching. Like, I had like those moments where you see McVay and Stafford and come up on the stage.
Dude, I will never
It's
forget
like, I'm
when
watching this right now.
Stafford's like
Yeah, it was like I'm watching this and it was like this isn't a replay. Like, this isn't on my DVD. Like, I'm not watching this on YouTube. Like,
this is happening right
it's
now.
right now. Like, this is so, and I just, oh my gosh, it was the best, dude. But to answer Cool Bro's question, what's the scariest place? I don't have an answer right now. Do you have an answer for this?
Yes, I do. I went to no. So, dude, okay, Nevada. Have you ever been to Nevada?
No.
Okay, Nevada. There is a place by Reno, Nevada. If you drive like 30 miles away, there is a place. I forget exactly what it's called, dude, but it's like an old, like legit, dude. If you can imagine like an old Western town, this is what it is.
It's awesome.
And they have like an old tavern, a haunted old tavern, like legit old tavern, where like you go and the ghosts. You ever seen Ghost Adventures?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they did an episode in that tavern.
Nice.
And you get to you get to do tours, like legit. Like you go into this tavern upstairs, like you get to see everything. You go and there's literally an underground tunnel, like where they used to have where the criminals would go through.
Yeah.
And you would just go through there, dude, and it's just so dark, pitch black. And it was like 5 of us at a time, dude. Like legit, bro. I was so scared the whole time. But that's probably like the scariest place I've ever been to. I forget exactly what it's called. It's close to Sparks, Nevada. I forget exactly what it's called though, but it's awesome. It's like a legit old Western town.
That's really cool. We've got a bunch of those out here, but they're not like old ghost towns and stuff like that. But it's they're not really scary. They're just kind of old and beat up. That's they're cool because they're super old and stuff, but they're just like, I don't know, they're not scary. I don't know what the scariest place I've ever been to is. I don't know. The all of Manitou Springs is a little bit weird to me, and it's always kind of freaked me out. But
wait, didn't you go to Green Bay?
Oh, Green Bay was so sick, dude. There was nothing scary about that. That place was magical, man. That place is great. We went to Kroll's East, and I had the best brat I've ever had in my life. And it was brought to me by somebody that didn't look like they worked there. Like, they didn't look like they were employees, but it was like such an old school feel to it. Like,
it's just some random person, bro, bringing you food.
Like, whatever. Like, this is just how they do it out here. I don't know. But Yeah, you like walked in there and it like you really felt like you were walking into like 1983. It was the coolest thing ever, man. I
Oh
love
yeah.
it, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I have like a scariest place. Colbert says, for me, the scariest place I went to was this week. Holy crap. That was a brand new experience. So everyone had the biggest fear. Mine is nuns. And it's this corn maze had nuns jumping out, screaming, getting the face. Dude, that's so funny and not in a mean way at all. That is so cool. That's good though, man. That's a good experience.
Yeah, dude.
I
Like
love
you got
that
to
stuff.
get those in.
I love that stuff, dude. I love scary stuff. I love trying to be scared. That's what sucks though now is that like when you're watching like The Shining with your parents at 7 years old, then you get in your 30s and no movie can get you anymore. You know what I mean? Like you felt all the
Dude,
emotions.
you know what though? Like my son is 13 now,
Uh-huh.
and I just let him start watching some scary movies. And he's like, Dad, can we watch a scary movie for Halloween? I'm like, okay, what do you want to watch? He's like, I've been really trying to watch Halloween. So we
Nice.
watched the original Halloween, and I'm over here like looking at him, and I'm like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm like, okay, cool. And literally, dude, he's holding on to my arm. He is like literally holding on to my arm the whole time. And I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Just don't leave, Dad. Just don't leave. And it just made me think of like when I was a kid, bro. Like I was like, oh my
Dude, that's so beautiful, man. I love that. I absolutely love that. I miss that, dude. I miss that feeling
yeah.
of being like, oh my
It
God,
made me
I'm
think
there.
back when I was a kid, you know, like, and I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but I grew up with the R.L. Stein Goosebumps.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that was my thing, bro. Like when I was a kid, like that was my thing. I love watching those Goosebumps. Or I read the Goosebumps books, watched the Goosebumps series, and now my sons they're watching it, and it's just like it's pretty cool just being able to share that with them, you know?
Yeah, it's super awesome, man. I didn't grow up with like not like anything too specific, but we were always watching like I mean, I'm a kid. We're watching like Tales from the Crypt and stuff like that. Like that's
Yeah, yes, dude. You remember those 80 ones, like where it'd be like cartoon and then like
yeah.
real version? Yeah.
Dude, and some of those really got me, man. But yeah, like I don't know,
Same.
my parents didn't really shield us from much at a young age, which at the time was awesome, man, because it was fun. We were like just getting freaked out by everything, watching all these scary movies and all this stuff. But yeah, now as like a 32-year-old, I'll try to put on a scary movie. I live alone and stuff like that. I try to just get that feeling. And it just every time the movie just ends and I'm like, all right. like
Dude, I wish I could do that. Like, I wish I could turn on whatever I wanted, like a scary movie or whatever. But I have a 13 and a 9 year old dude, so I gotta like watch out. Like, and
that's
my
fair.
kids are like, "Oh, Dad, it's okay." Like, I can watch. I'm like, "No, you're not, because I know how you're gonna be at night. You're gonna get scared, and you're
Yep.
not gonna want to go bed, and I'm not gonna deal with that."
Cool Bro said he watched Halloween when he was 13 by himself, which is awesome.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's awesome. That is
Also,
pretty
I want to get
awesome.
like back to a Rams conversation here. Danny says that Stafford will be the key to our success this season, and I 1,000% agree, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I a million percent agree. Like we will go as far as Stafford takes us.
Yeah,
At the same time, dude, though, like if we can get our running game going, I honestly feel like Ripon can surprise some people. I honestly feel that way.
I mean, I just don't think he's got that in him. Like we've seen him plenty.
Come on, you don't think he's got the rip in the ball? Come on, man.
No, man, he's not the guy, man. I don't know. He was supposed to be our third string quarterback. So like I don't know.
I know,
It's
dude.
get
Does
excited about
anybody know what happened to Stetson Bennett? Like he was just MIA.
Yeah, the rumors that I'm hearing do feel real, or at least like I've heard some stuff that does seem real, but I don't know. It's too bad, man. But hopefully he's good. And I mean, I know that McVay commented on it today. He said that he's doing well, and but just I can't actually. Let me find the actual quote here, because I want to
I
find
mean,
out.
obviously, I really hope he's okay mentally, or whatever. I hope he's not dealing with anything too serious. But I had high hopes. I had high hopes.
Same. And he was supposed to be our backup, but that's kind of part of it. Is it like it's like the reason I'm not stoked for Rippon is because I'm pretty sure Rippon was going to get cut until this stuff happened with Bennett. So it's like,
He's like, oh shit, we need to keep you, man. Stay here.
dude, exactly, man. So when did this come in? So it was earlier today.
Oh, did you hear about Wolford saying he'd rather stay in Tampa Bay?
Yeah, good. That guy sucks, dude.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm like, what the hell, man? You don't have to be like that, bro. Just
And
be
he's
like,
also
oh,
he's right. Like, what is he gonna do? Show up to LA off a practice squad, get the backup quarterback spot for a week or two, and then get cut when Stafford's healthy? Like, it's a dumb move for him to come to us. So yeah, he made the right call anyway.
okay, that's yeah.
I can't see your facial reactions, by the way, but because I'm on this, I did find it though. It says it's a tweet from Stu. He says Sean McVay said quarterback Stetson Bennett is doing well. McVay not ready to say Bennett won't be back with the team this season, but it's probably less likely than it is likely he would be. Did that make sense? So yeah, it doesn't sound like he's coming back this season, but it does sound like he will come back. That is not this season, but like that he'll.
Well, I mean, I honestly feel like if he doesn't come back this season, like we're just gonna cut him.
I would cut him. I would absolutely cut him. Night, cool, bro.
Yeah.
Later, man. Yeah, I would cut him. It's like, dude, you made it to the NFL, and if what has come out is real, then it's like maybe this isn't for you, man. Like,
Which is like a super shame because, like, dude, people dream of getting to this level, and you're, whatever. I mean, if it's something out of your control, I get that. But if it's something like that, you're just messing up on, like, bro, come on, don't be Antonio Brown right now.
dude, like seriously, like it's one of those things of like it's like I actually love the way this has been handled. Like, it obviously sucks to see something like this happen in general, and we don't even know, and that's why I'm not saying what it is because I don't know. Like, I don't have any real information on what Stetson Bennett's doing, but that's why I don't really mention what it is that we all think it is, But yeah, man, it's kind of forgot where I was going with that, but it's just one of those things, man. It's like you made it here, and if you can't put that kind of stuff out of your life, then you don't need to be here. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Is how the Rams handled it. Is that it's never come out officially. There's never been an official report of like, hey, this is what happened, and this is what he's doing right now. But everybody's been super professional about it. He hasn't come out and said anything. Nobody on the team has said anything. Nobody's trashing him. Nobody's like, this loser can't get his life together. Like stuff. No one's doing it. It's just like he's dealing with some stuff right now. We hope he's okay. But we've got like we're playing the Packers. Do you want to know anything about that? Like, I love that that's the Rams with it.
No, yeah, exactly. And it's, I don't know, man. It's just like one of those things. You're just like, okay, well, hope the person's okay. Hope he's in a safe mental space. But at the same time, it's like we need someone to be able to back up Matthew Stafford if he's injured. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna throw this to you, like, because I heard this question. I'm totally against it, but I want to know how you feel about it. Carson Wentz.
Oh,
How do you feel about
I am
picking him up?
wildly against that.
Okay, good, because I don't think it would be a good addition
Dude, he
to our
is so
team.
bad. I said that because the very first comment on this stream that was posted like well before an hour before I even started, it was something about get Carson Wentz, and it was like, dude, that makes us worse. Like him even just being here makes us worse, even if he doesn't play.
Right? Right? Like, have you not seen what his teammates have said? Like, have you not like seen how he play? Like, I don't know, man. I feel like he wouldn't bring anything to our team but drama and BS, and it's just like we don't need that.
That guy, he's not good. He's not good at
No,
football.
he's not.
He doesn't care about football. He didn't even know he got traded to Washington for like 2 weeks because he was out camping or whatever. Like he was hunting, I think. And so he got back to Philadelphia, and they were like, "You don't even play here anymore." Like,
Like, what are you doing here, bro?
yeah, it's like did you not hear? Because he doesn't care, man. Like I don't know. There's that mindset of a player that just doesn't take it serious. Always just annoys me, man. There's no reason
and I
for me to be drinking beers out here in Colorado and be taking it more serious than you when you're the one making the money. Like, come on.
exactly. Exactly. I don't know, man. Like, because people were talking about him, Matt Ryan, Case Keenum, I think, is out there.
I've seen a few names
Um,
bounce around. I don't think we need to do this though. Like we don't need to like obviously to have a backup is fine, but like Rippon's QB2, we felt fine about him being QB2 up until now, but now Stafford gets hurt and now we want to replace Rippon. Well, that means we should have replaced Rippon week 1 because we weren't confident in having him as our backup, you know? Like if the
right.
backup is if the second your starter goes down, you're trying to replace your backup, that guy shouldn't have been your backup. Like
Yep.
I kept saying that about like Wolford and Perkins last year, and it's like, what the hell were they doing here? If we're gonna go out and get Baker Mayfield, why were these guys even here?
Dude, I would totally be okay if we got Perkins back. I would be okay with that.
I like
100%.
Perkins. I like Perkins as a dude a lot. As a quarterback, he's only okay. He's got some excitement. He does have those exciting plays, but he's very inaccurate.
At least he can move in the pocket. He can like
Yeah,
extend plays, and that's what I really like. You know.
yeah, I like him. I like him. I hope that he continues to get better. But Danny's saying too, get steal Eckler from the Chargers. I would love Eckler because that dude's a touchdown machine. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Dude, people were saying like the Rams were like for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'm sure they called, but I mean, Les has already blatantly said like, he calls people pretty regularly to like just stay knowing who's available and stuff like that. Like anytime a player is like known to be available, Les calls. So any report ever that says like Rams making phone calles on this player, it's probably just some bogus stuff of somebody trying to be like, hey, the Rams like trying to get something going or something. Because the real story behind the scene is that like anytime a player becomes open, they're gonna call. They're gonna find out what are you looking for him? Like what do you want? Like just to see, man. You got to test the waters a little bit. You probably don't even actively like. There's some guys that I'm sure the Rams aren't actively trying to trade for, but you call and kind of see what's going on because also that gives you a gauge on the market. If there's a guy like Derrick Henry and you call to see like wait, what are you guys asking for that? Like what do you want? And sell it as like we'll do this, you know. But then that gives you that ammo to maybe reach out to a Chargers to say, all right, well, hey, they wanted this for Derrick Henry. We'll give you this for Austin Eckler. Yeah, like stuff like that, man. So like it's just smart business to call on players. So like the fact that the Rams called on Derrick Henry, was it serious? I don't really think so. But was there a call? Probably. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. I'm sure Les talked to the Titans this week.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like I always feel like with when it comes to Les Snead, like he will buy high and sell super freaking low, dude.
He does, but he does it for and that's the thing too is I feel like I always just defend whatever the Rams do, but like I think that there's a purpose behind all of it. Like there's
No, and
always
I totally see because it's like a lot of times like to help that player being traded. Like I feel like there's always that purpose. Like okay,
yeah.
we're gonna help you out to get where you want to go, even if you take that hit for it. You know what I mean? And
Van
I
Jefferson is
respect that.
literally the perfect example of that. Is like Van Jefferson was about to get buried on our depth chart. He was not going to play any more games. He had 2 snaps in his final game with us. Of course, let him go play somewhere. Even if you don't get a good return for him, it's not what it's always about of what you get in return. Obviously, we want.
And I think that's what makes other players want to come to LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I respect that.
Yeah, but it's like I mean, yeah, and it was like, and I believe them when they said we traded him there so that he could have a shot, like to play, you know, because he wasn't going to play for us this year. So yeah, let him go somewhere. It's his contract year. Like, let him go somewhere, try to prove something, and try to get a second contract in the NFL, which is very hard to do. It's very hard to do. Not everybody gets it. Most don't get second contracts. So
yeah.
It's like, yeah, and he wasn't going to if we just stashed him on our bench and then let him walk this season. Like he's probably sitting on a practice squad, you know, situation next year, and maybe that's it, and maybe never gets back onto an active roster. So yeah, it was the right move for all parties. We get something for him instead of just letting him walk at the end of the year. We weren't using him anyway, and he gets to go actually take reps, you know. So.
Yep, exactly, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Cam Akers. Like I want everybody to succeed. Like as long as they're not playing against my Rams, like I hope you guys do great. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go back to like just this when we first started this conversation, dude. Like, I'm still really
Still
excited for our
victory.
team. Oh no, wait, what's the score? 26 to
26-14.
14.
It's over.
Oh man, there you go. There you go.
Victory formation from Goff. This is
Yes,
this is the
sir.
this is the picture in picture.
Hell yeah. No, I'm
Nice.
happy for Jared Goff, dude. I'm
Happy for
glad
Derek.
he's having success, dude. And like what I've seen, like every time I see a Lions game, like I just see that O line, dude, just giving him so much time in the pocket. And I always said, as long as he has time in the pocket, he will make those plays. But
Dude, he was
like, good
sick,
for him,
man.
dude. Good for him. I'll never forget, like that game that I fell in love, like watching Jared Goff play against Minnesota, dude.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh
so
my
sick,
god.
dude.
I was just like, holy crap, we found a gem, dude. Like, oh my god. I
Honestly, because
wish he would have I wish he would have run I wish he would have won a ring with us, but it is what it is.
yeah, I've always liked Jared Goff, and I think I've told you the story of how I kind of discovered that I like Jared Goff. Is Air Force, my local team, they were playing Cal in a bowl game. It was Goff's senior season, and his deep balls over Air Force. I was like, "Who is that?" And then it was like, "Oh, this guy's up in like the first round for quarterback," because I don't really watch like college football that closely. It was like, holy crap! Like this guy's like one of the guys. And then the Rams moved to one, and I was like, Goff, I want Goff. Like I was in like right then, man. And then so yeah, I always liked him. I was always a big fan of him. Obviously, he started real rough and all that stuff. But the game that made me like absolutely like I am all in on Goff was the NFC Championship game against the Saints. The way that he handled that noise, that overtime, the fourth quarter, the way that he was handling himself, I was all in, man. I was like, this is my guy. Like I was sold on Goff after that.
I'll never forget that end around with Josh Reynolds. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. And it wasn't. It was always
that's
a
so
touchdown.
close. But those overtime throws that like he's getting thrown to the ground and hitting Higbee in the flats and stuff is like, whoo. It's like this guy's not gonna let us lose, dude. It's like he's not gonna let us lose. We're going down, and Greg's nailing field goals today. It's like so we're gonna win this game. Like we felt it, dude. And then he gets one on this side, and then another one. He's like absolutely getting blasted. Hits Higbee again. Like, dude, that was when I was like, all right, I was like, this is my guy.
No, dude, remember that one throw to Brandon Cooks where Brandon Cooks got a face mask? They didn't call it,
Yeah,
but like that was
yeah,
freaking amazing.
dude.
Dude, I'm gonna go watch this after this.
I
I'm gonna go
want
watch
to watch
that.
me now. That's so funny. Actually, I'm gonna get out of
That's
here, man. I do work like I said, 9 a to 11 p tomorrow. So
woo. You're a brave man, sir. Well, I need to go some sleep because I have to wake up at 6 tomorrow. So
yeah, today was the earliest I've woken up in well over a year because I had to be at work at 9, and that's normally still sleepy time. So
oh man. Yeah, see, I can't do that, dude. Like, I feel like if I wake up like later than 7 a.m., I feel like I'm wasting a day.
yeah. See, but what time do you go to bed?
I usually go to bed around 9.
Yeah, exactly. See, I go to bed at like 3 a.m. And it's so productive overnight, dude. Like I'm sitting here in my computer's just doing stuff, making graphics or doing like whatever. Like, so yeah, it's just a different, like, I don't know.
Yeah, see, but this is what I was talking about, dude. Like different lifestyles, but we still come
Yeah,
together for the same team, bro. And I
yeah.
freaking love you for it, man.
Love you too, dude.
All right, man.
You know, do you want us to follow you and stuff like that? I'm gonna get you out of here before I get out of here, but I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, like if anybody wants to, I mean, like I said, not an influencer at all. I'm not in any like I have Facebook and Instagram. Edwin Gonzalez, follow me or whatever, blah blah blah. But huge
Yeah,
Rams fan, always gonna be representing our Rams. Always gonna be representing this freaking man right there, Sheriff Joe Bags, badass mofo right there,
that's a
best Rams YouTuber ever. Oh yeah, there you go, there you go. Don't forget that. But as always, go Rams. Don't ever forget that, guys. Even if we're freaking 0-17, we're
always.
always gonna be here. We're always gonna be here. Don't forget. Go Rams, bro. You have a good night, man. Take
Get later,
care.
man. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Friggin' Edwin. That guy's awesome. All right, so yeah, we are going to wrap up here. Just to kind of close it up here, because well, I got a busy few days ahead of me, and I'm a sleepy boy, so I'm gonna do that. But appreciate everybody hanging out. Those who did to participate and stuff like that, hopping on the stream. I know Cool Bro was unable to tonight, but he said he'll be back next week, which is super cool. Anybody else is always welcome. Edwin hops on. We've had some other, excuse me, we've had some other regulars hop on, so that's always awesome. It's cool to get to know people over time, you know, like and just having these casual conversations is a really cool way to do that. But yeah, of course, Ram Showcase will stay on the same schedule. There's a chance that I kind of push the release of the actual podcast into a little bit later in the morning on Thursday, but that's just because I've got just back to back super long days, just 14-hour days, like on now Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So it just kind of depends on, and I kind of feel it out on how I'm feeling when I get home on Wednesdays. But the goal is to just keep the same schedule and not tamper with that whatsoever. So that is headed your way. Of course, we got the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field this week, another road game for the Rams. Packers only won 2 games, which I mean they have a good team, but they're so similar to the Rams this year. It feels like where they have a lot of talent. They're just not finishing. They're not closing it out, and they just have some young mistakes. And their offensive line is getting absolutely wrecked. They're in a kind of a situation like the Rams were last year with the offensive line, where my buddy Jackson said that he doesn't think that they've had the same offensive line back-to-back weeks. And it was like, oh, yeah, we know how that goes. Like, we broke the record last year for different starting offensive lines. So, but it should be a tough game, man. Should be a good game. I'm hoping that it's a little bit closer and it doesn't just like get away from us again, because that totally sucked. But I think that there's also a little bit of a vibe where it's like, you know what, the stress is gone now. Like we started the season so hot against the Seahawks, excuse me, and it seemed like the whole fan base was kind of like, holy crap, are we actually really good? And then it was like, you lose to the 49ers, but it's a 7-point game. It's like, okay, we're doing fine. And obviously the win against the Colts, we barely lose against the Bengals, and it just kind of seemed like we were right there. You know, you play the crap out of the Eagles. You know, you beat up on the Cardinals in the second half and stuff like that. But it seems like the Rams aren't closing these games out right now. But either way, man, it's like, I don't know. It's been fun this season. I don't know where exactly that train of thought was going. It derailed pretty hard, but that's cool. But either way, man, I'm having a fun time with this season. Oh, that's where I was going with it. But like to like kind of loop that back around, where we're at now, having lost like a few games straight now, and like we're about to, you go to Lambeau in November and then have your bye week, and it's like, all right, pressure's off now. Now we're not sitting here like sweating wild card spots. We really are doing what we said we were going to do at the start of the season, which is eat our dead cap. Let's just finish that off. We got some contracts we're still dealing with. Let's go ahead and get through that, which is just going to take the season. That's just time. That's all that is, and develop your youth. And whether it's winning games or losing games, this youth, these young guys, they are getting better. Darian Kendrick seems to be a little bit of a wild card there, but ever since his incident, he's been kind of spotty. So I just hope that he's okay, like mentally. I hope he's cool, but like is like we're getting some really good experience for these young guys. Our offensive line has been doing awesome. Obviously, we really missed Havenstein against the Cowboys there, but these young guys are getting those reps, which is solid. Dotson coming in here is doing awesome. And Avila, definitely, both those guys had kind of a rough week, but they're getting good experience, man. Byron Young's getting good experience. These like Kobe Durant and Darian Kendrick and Puka Nacua, all these young guys are getting really good experience right now, whether this team is winning or losing. And we knew going into the season that that's what this was, that we were going to do that. We were going to have to see this team kind of suck a little bit in certain spots, but you come out on the other side of it better. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the whole forged in fire kind of deal right now. And I feel like this season might not end up where we all want it to record-wise, like wins and losses-wise, but I think ultimately this team's going to be really good on the other side of it. I think we're kind of going through it right now, but I think that on the other side is going to be a little bit of a different story. And I think that it's like you look at the first few years for like Aaron Donald and how many games he lost, and it was like how hungry he was to win a Super Bowl because of those seasons. And I think that obviously we know there's no other Aaron Donalds in the world. There's just the one. But like I think that mindset is something that some of these young guys could have, like a Puka Nakua, Steve Avila, Byron Young, a Kobe Durant. Like these guys could have that mindset of like we came into the league and we haven't won a lot of games. So like when they do start winning, it's mean a lot to them, I think. And I don't know. That's that same thing. Like I said, like if you go back to Aaron Donald's first few years, we lost a lot of football games, and that just made him so hungry for one. Like so, it worked out, and we'll see if there's anybody with that mindset in this class. But outside of that, I'm gonna go ahead and peace on out of here. I'm gonna get some food into my face and probably just go to sleep or something because tired guy over here, and I would like to sleep. So thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your night, and look out for Ram Showcase this upcoming Thursday on YouTube and everywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. So yeah, thanks for chilling.